Today I'll be showing you how to make this chicken stir-fry noodle dish very quick and easy, and it's very delicious. If you're new to my channel, welcome and consider subscribing. If you're already part of the family, welcome back. For this recipe, you're going to need some mixed vegetables, so I use broccoli and carrots, as well as some cut cabbage. I marinated some chicken, and I got some dried noodles from my local Asian market. I have my seasoning, bouillon, salt, and black pepper. And then also I use some of these sauces which I love. I have oyster sauce, soy sauce, hoisin sauce, sesame oil, as well as fish sauce. So for the dried noodles, I got a 42-ounce bag, but I used about a fourth of it. So first you want to start off by boiling your water. Once your water is boiled, you're going to put some oil inside. This helps, your noodles to not stick together. So I just put about a couple of drops of extra virgin olive oil. And at this point, you can turn the fire off. And once you turn the fire off, you can move it to your countertop so that you can start making your noodles. So now I put a fourth of those noodles inside, and I use my fork to press it down because you want to submerge it into the water so that it can cook thoroughly. And then you also want to use your fork to move it around so that it won't stick together. So now I moved it to the countertop, and what you want to do is to take your fork and mix it around, and also you want to check to see if it's still hard or if it's softening up. I put it in the water for about 6 to 7 minutes. You want to continuously check it because you don't want it to be too soft. So after it has a good texture, what you want to do now is to quickly put it into cold water, and you can stir it for about 10 to 20 seconds, and then you're going to strain it. So after you strained it from the cold water, you want to just continuously shake the strainer so that all the excess water will come out, because you want your noodles to be very, very dry before you add it to your mixture. So I just was separating it at this point because I was finished drying it. If you find that it's not drying up, what you can do is take it out of the strainer and place it on a tray and pat it down with a paper cloth. So what I'm doing now is preparing my tray so that I can place the noodles on it and I can stretch it out. If you find that your noodles are still not dry, what you can do is separate them on the tray and pat them down with a paper cloth. So now we can put this aside and start working on the vegetables and chicken. So first we're going to start off with the vegetables. So you can turn on your fire to about, I would say high for right now, medium to high heat. And we're going to put some olive oil. I didn't want to put too much, Team Fit fam. I didn't want to put too much, so I put a bit of extra virgin olive oil. And after it heats up for a bit, you're going to add your onions. I can tell it's very hot because I see some smoke coming up. So now it's time for the onions. So for that plate of onions, I used about half of it because I'm using the other half for the chicken that I marinated. So what you want to do is to take half of those onions and put it there. You're going to mix it around a little bit. You want it to soften and want it to, saute for a bit. So what I did, I added a little bit of the black pepper to the onions and some bouillon to give it some flavor. This is a really good idea so that you can get some flavor on your onions. And then I added in the broccoli and carrots. So I added some salt, and now I'm mixing it up. Since it's heating up, you can lower the fire and also place your pot cover over it so that it can start steaming up. So you can add your black pepper and salt and bouillon to taste. For me, I just like to keep it very mild, not too much, because you're going to get your salt from your soy sauce as well as the other sauces that you'll be using. Now I am adding my cabbage. You could have added your cabbage earlier on, but this is just what I did for today. But I would usually just add all the vegetables together. And just to give it a little seasoning, I added some black pepper and some bouillon and just gave it a stir. I love to cover the pot because it allows the vegetables to steam and it gives it a great rich flavor. And also, since I didn't use a lot of oil, you want to make sure that the vegetables are covered so that they can release water to be able to cook themselves, and you don't want it to burn, so definitely cover it up. Alright, so right about now you can see that the cabbage is softening up, everything is softening up. You don't want it to be too soft. It's about time to take it out so that we can start cooking the chicken. So we are going to cook the chicken similarly to the vegetables. I put a little bit more oil. I was very liberal this time. And so I put some more oil just so that the chicken can cook very, very well. But you can definitely limit the oil that you put. And what I like to do is I like to put the rest of the onion so that we can get a good saute. You want the room to be smelling really nice so that people know, like, okay, this person's cooking some good food. Alright, so I added my onions. Get those onions in there. Onions are just amazing. They give such great flavor to your food. Since I already marinated my chicken, I just tossed it in, and I marinated it with some bouillon. I put some black pepper, I put some curry, I put thyme in there, and I also put salt. So it's pretty simple, but it tastes very delicious. And it was marinating for about 30 minutes to an hour. You don't have to do this, but I just did it because I had other things that I was doing throughout the day. So I wanted to marinate the chicken and just have that good to go. So you want to just make sure your chicken is cooked thoroughly. As you can see, the white meat is there, and this one also looks cooked. I'm not playing. So you just want to check to see if your chicken is cooked. If it is cooked all the way through, what you can do now is add your vegetables. After I added my vegetables to the chicken, what I did now, I added the sauce mixture, and I'll put it on the screen exactly what I put inside. And you can definitely add other sauces that you like, the flavors that you like, but these are the ones that I really enjoy. So after I added that, I mixed it up, and now I'm adding the noodles. What you want to do is when you're adding your noodles, you want to separate them as you're adding them. And that is it. This is how you make this simple and easy and very delicious chicken stir-fry noodle dish. It's so good that I was on a challenge for 1 week where I'm eating no fried food, and I actually was making this for you all. And when I finished making this, I actually ate half of this plate. It was that good. And you know, I repented for my ways, but it was just too good to wait. I just completely forgot. So join me on Instagram if you're not a part of the Instagram family. I have daily declarations there. My stories are filled with motivation, inspiration, as well as encouragement. So check out my Instagram. If you do try this recipe, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook, because I would love to see it. And also share this with a friend and comment below. Tell me what you liked about this recipe. Do you like to use beef or shrimp or something else, or tofu in your stir fry? Let me know below. And also, what recipe do you want to see next? Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, God's blessings always. Take care.